Flat rock is found on the New South Wales north coast, just north of Ballina. It was formed over 23 million years ago when a basalt lava flow from Mount Warning, Lumban, reached the sea. Today, at low tide, it provides a site for birds to feed, but more importantly, it provides a place where birds may rest and preen. It is important, therefore, that humans and their dogs do not disturb the birds. A common resident of the rock is the wandering tattler. It forages on intertidal regions of rock shelves on the east coast of Australia. It migrates each summer from western Alaska. As you can see, it also needs time to rest. Another species that feeds on the rock is the sooty oyster catcher. They just love oysters. They also need time to preen and rest. Another migrating bird that feeds on the rock is the red-necked skint. They arrive in spring from the tundra areas of Siberia. They also feed on the sand flats near the rock. The red-neck plumage in Australia is not apparent as they are not breeding at that time. They are the smallest wader on Australian shores, and again they need time to preen and rest. Pied cormorants use the rock to preen and dry their feathers after swimming in the ocean for fish. All cormorants swim low in the water and dive easily for fish, but their feathers become wet and they must be dried regularly, and flat rock provides the ideal opportunity to do that. Look at the hook on that bill of a great cormorant. This little black cormorant will be up on the rock soon, with its wings out, drying its feathers. Everywhere you turn on the rock, there are terns. At low tide, the shallow pools left in the rock provide an ideal place for little terns to wash their feathers. In Australia, most little terns are non-breeding and have a black bill. When little terns are breeding, their bill changes to a yellow colour with a black tip. The sharp point on the white triangle on the head of the little tern helps distinguish it from the fairy tern. The larger terns with the yellow bill are crested terns. They often occur in large flocks. Younger birds often wait on the rock for their parents to bring them fish. Common terns have a dark shoulder and often occur in large flocks on flat rock. They are smaller than crested terns. Again, the rock is used for resting and preening. They also like to bathe in the shallow pools. The largest tern to visit the rock is the Caspian tern. It has a large red bill. Silver gulls also rest on the rock. This silver gull is feeding on the shore beside flat rock. I think it would prefer hot chips. The larger bird here with the down-curved bill is a curlew sandpiper. They often feed in flocks on tidal flats in shallow water. Behind the curlew sandpiper and redneck stints, you can see two ruddy turnstones. Ruddy turnstones rest on flat rock after feeding on the shoreline nearby by turning stones and looking for food underneath. Sanderling typically run up and down the shoreline, checking for nutrient brought in with each new wave. They also feed on the rock, but most importantly, after all that running, they need to rest and preen. Other species that frequent the rock are the little egret, the one with the dark bill, and the eastern reef egret. This is the grey morph of the eastern reef egret. Occasionally, greater sandplovers rest on the rock. Osprey like to catch fish near the rock. And Brahminy kite often rest on the rock between flights while feeding the fish. What a beautiful bird. So Flat Rock at low tide is well worth a visit if you're in the area. You never know what you might see.